pH 16.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Masoquiztic, the game show designed to be unfair. And because you seem to like redeeming channel points to make me drink water, I'm going to hydrate now for several seconds uncomfortably. All right, welcome to the show. I promise it's not all that high. King, please. King, please.
Ran out.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a chug right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hydrate, don't hydrate.
All right. Jesus. And a dad joke too. I actually did prepare one. I did actually prepare one for this situation. But first, let's introduce our contestants. We have three lovely people here from the comedy troupe Show and Tell. And we have Alex. We have Steve, who is also hydrating, so you're getting double your channel point value. And Dom.
Oh, hello.
So, here goes the dad joke. I asked an improv guy if he had a favorite word, and he said yes, and. So now that we've had that terrible joke, let's go ahead and begin the game. And yeah, so let's get started. The first question, well, the first category here is collectible card games. The first question is called Magic Myths. According to urban legend, one particular card from Magic the Gathering, whose instructions direct the player to throw the card in the air and destroy any card it lands on, was torn up into confetti and tossed on the board in a dramatic ending to a competitive match. What card was it? Was it A, Divine Blast, B, Chaos Orb, C, Fiery Meteor, or D, Wicked Fireball?
Steve talked about this before.
Yeah, we've definitely had this conversation.
No. Definitely over Chinese food before one of our streams.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we're sitting in the Chinese food restaurant.
We talked about the one where you tear it into pieces and you get that many mana points. This is a different card.
This is truly the
I don't know. I specifically remember one where you throw up into the air.
That sounds
so there's
unsanitary.
a running joke that Alex and I don't know anything about magic.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's perfect.
So you've really hit the nail on the head for this one, honestly. It's an ongoing joke on our own stream that we know nothing about it. But Steve, I mean, all right. How are we submitting our answers? Calling our shot, or?
Yeah, just call it out verbally.
Right. I'm gonna go with D, Wicked Fireball.
Okay.
I'm going with B, Chaos Orb, because that one sounds the most familiar.
Okay.
And that's all I have to go on.
Are we allowed to double up? Because I also think it's Chaos Orb.
Oh yeah, you're allowed to pick the same answer.
It's a trap. I don't trust it.
And I think doubling up is the right choice because the correct answer is Chaos Orb.
Oh, no.
And actually,
Starting strong. All right.
and actually, there was a joke pack. I don't remember the name of the joke pack exactly, but the joke pack involved a card called Chaos Confetti, which was a tribute to this urban myth, which actually instructed you to tear up the card and throw it into the air. So, isn't Robertable says, isn't Divine Blast the card where you pray to God that you didn't make a mistake? Well, yeah, I mean, given the average pedantry of your competitive Magic player, yeah, if you make a mistake, you're gonna find out about it pretty soon. I'm thinking specifically of the first and last time that I played any competitive Magic the Gathering, because, yeah, that was. Damn you.
Props to you for trying it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it was. Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing though. So to be fair, this next question though is called Shadowed.
Okay.
In the 4Kids Entertainment English dub of the Yu-Gi-Oh show, characters are often banished to a place called the Shadow Realm. What's the original equivalent of this concept? Is it A, the Shadow Games, B, OnlyFans, C, Death, or D, the concept was actually the same in the original?
Well, I know this one.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it is. I'll lock
So
my
Steve
answer.
should answer first.
Go ahead, Steve.
I feel like I know this one too, but like, it feels like if we all know it, then it's an obvious trap.
I think we gotta just trust our gut on this one, honestly.
I think we're just more in tune with Yu-Gi-Oh! For our stream than maybe some of the other trading cards.
Well, you know, it's you know, you're balanced out, right? Like maybe
These are
you don't
pity
have the
points.
Magic the Gathering knowledge, but you got the Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge. So, you know,
Gotta
that's
say.
that's got to count for something, I think.
The airbed questions come out. We're gonna kick some ass. That's all I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah. They
Steve,
won't.
lock your answer in.
Yeah, Steve. What?
I'm going with Death.
Death. Okay.
I will also go with death.
I am also going with that.
Death all around, and that turns out to be the correct answer. The correct answer
Yeah.
is, in fact, Death. Which makes the show a lot darker if you rewatch it.
And honestly, actually, I disagree. I think it makes the show a lot lighter because death is finite, right? It happens and then you're done, you stop existing. But the Shadow Realm, as it's described, is this eternal purgatory in which you have to just kind of hang out until someone summons you forward for some dastardly deed later on in life. That's way more terrifying from a concept.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay, you make a good point. There are things worse than death,
Oh no.
like Neopets.
Oh no.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh, this is not an area I'm
So,
with it.
fun fact, there was a Neopets trading card game, and there were actually something like 13 different expansions. One of the following answers is not a real expansion for the Neopets card game. Is it A, Poogle Power, B, Curse of Maraqua, C, Travels in Neopia, or D, The Haunted Woods?
Oh my god, I feel like any of these could be valid.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, Buttspot just absolutely bodying Ellie Face here.
Okay. I'm sweating now.
I can't remember which of these expansions introduced the Pandaren.
This is impressive. I'm impressed with the depth. See, the problem is in the 90s, everything had a card game. So the question
yeah.
could be about anything.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, no. You feel like... You're like VW Beatles released their own card game.
Well,
Yeah.
as
I
probably the most well-versed in Neopets of our group, because I once attempted to write an article for the Neopets Times that didn't get published, but that's some creative differences that I'll have to speak with the editor about. Personally, I'm gonna go with B, Curse of Maraqua.
okay.
I just wanna appreciate King of Calcium's E, Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, you said you went with B.
Yeah, Curse of Strahd.
I was
Okay.
feeling that, but
I'm gonna go with Travel in Neopia. I feel like that's too obvious.
Travels in
right?
Neo. Okay.
I feel like that could be a card, but I don't think it's a full expansion.
Okay. Reasonable.
you know what? Just to be different, I'm gonna go with Haunted Woods, D.
All right. So we have one vote for B, one vote for C, one vote for D, but nobody got the correct answer, which was Poogle Power.
Oh no.
So
Oh, wait, they're not called Poogles, are they?
They are actually called Poogles. They're cute-looking creatures that have like really sharp teeth, which is actually kind of a terrifying concept to me. But yeah, Poogles. I guess were. I never played Neopets. I just looked this up. Yeah, I just kind of picked like a random creature from Neopets and said, "Hey, let's go with this." But yeah.
Good choice.
Well, it worked. Fool all us.
Were Puffles from? Was that a Club Penguin
No,
thing?
that was Club
Puffles?
That was Club
That was
Penguin.
Club-
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
Is it true that in Neopets your pets can have pets? Is that a
They're
thing?
called
Is that
pet
true?
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, they were called pets.
That sounds
And
terrifying, to be honest.
Eventually, they recursed it further so you could have pets.
wow.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
so. If you were to stroke said creature, you would pet your pet. Is that what I'm hearing? Am I picking up what you're putting down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it would be your pet that you petted. Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, let's move on. We're finished with the first category, and now let's meet our first contestant,
Oh.
Alex. So, Alex, now is your time to tell us whatever you'd like to tell us about yourself. Plug anything you're working on, your stream, your favorite charity.
Sure. So, I'm Alex. My stream is Show and Tell Live. It's a comedy improv stream. We stream weekly. So now that I've introduced that stream, the other guys will have to come up with something else to say. I am the resident tall boy of the group, weighing in at 6'3". But you can't really tell because we've been streaming virtually, so we're all sitting down, and when we're all sitting down, we're all equal. In terms of plugging things, I don't really have that much to plug other than that stream. Stay hydrated, wear masks.
Yes. Absolutely.
And
hydration is very important on this stream. Very important.
yeah, it should be important on every stream.
I agree. By the way, chat, now is also your time to pick which curse Alex is going to receive. You have the Curse of Twitch, which means that the Twitch chat gets to choose Alex's answers for the next round. The Curse of Fingers, where Alex has to choose A, B, C, or D to not be able to answer for the next category of questions. The Curse of the Gambler, which means successful answers get him 2 points and incorrect answers lose him a point. Or the Curse of Spite, where if he gets the answer correct, he doesn't score any points, but neither can anyone else, even if they choose the correct answer. So go ahead and pick. You've got about 30 seconds to a minute left.
Wow, that was a really solid one from Buttspot there.
Wait, what? Buttocks, but you also have the power to suck in your butt. Oh, That is true. He's small bottom. Small bottom.
He is a
Yeah,
classic
I guess
small
that
bottom.
was established
On command.
in last night's stream.
Yeah, it was fantastic. By the way, I
I
really
appreciate it.
I really enjoyed that. The court scene was very very fun. And it looks, by the way, Alex, like you have received the curse of fingers. So you are now afflicted with the curse of fingers.
no.
You have to pick one out of A, B, C, and D to not be able to pick for this next category. What would you like to pick?
This is like my least favorite part of Trivia Murder Party of all time.
Oh, me too.
Out of all of the bad things that can happen to you in that game, this is the worst one.
It's because nothing enrages Alex
Absolutely.
more than knowing the answer and not being able to choose it.
It really hurts. It
It's-
really hurts.
It's a pretty painful one. It's a pretty painful one.
You know what? Okay, so statistically, C is the answer for most questions, right? But I think that because this game show is made to be more difficult, it doesn't fit that statistic. So I'm gonna choose C, which is what, my ring finger, I think?
Yes.
Depending on which way you look at the hand.
Right.
Yeah, we're going with C. I'm not gonna be able to say C.
Okay, C is off the table. So, let's move on to our next category. Brain anatomy. So this first question is called Brain Pillow. To protect them from impact, the brain and spinal cord float in what? Is it A, cerebrospinal fluid, B, mucus, C, endoplasmic reticulum, or D, saline?
Today's secret ingredient is
I think I'm safe with my fingertip
Show and tell Max, thank you for the follow.
Max decided to show up.
Yeah, we thought it'd be cute if we all had our own separate ones.
It really happened. Before we had our separate ones, we would all show up in chats of other streamers, and the first question was always, "Oh, hey, show and tell, which one are you?"
It's a problem when you stream with 5 other people.
Yeah,
You
fair
know,
enough.
I watched a YouTube video yesterday about a phenomenon in which bubbles collapse in on themselves, causing damage to things. And they were talking about how that happens to the brain when you get in a car accident because it's like the whip motion makes the bubbles in your head burst on themselves. But I
Yikes.
don't remember what the fluid in the head they were complaining about is. I'll go ahead and be bold. I'll lock in A for my answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also gonna lock in A.
All right.
I don't know. I'm about A, it just doesn't feel right. I think it feels too obvious. I don't like that. I'm gonna go with mucus.
Interesting.
With
What a bold
mucus.
choice.
I
Okay.
think we just got a bunch of mucus in our heads.
All right. I mean,
Literal booger brains.
speaking as someone living in Texas in allergy season, I certainly do have a lot of mucus in my head. However, it's not protecting my brain and spinal cord. What's protecting it is cerebrospinal fluid.
Yes.
So, let's give a quick update to the scores.
I don't like that Steve is in the lead. That doesn't bode well for us, Alex.
See, this is where I shine, not in actually knowing things, but guessing.
Well, I have great news for you, my friend. That is what this game is designed around. So, Spine Snot says Not One Iota. By the way, shout out to Not One Iota. Not One Iota actually came up with the name of this game, Masoquiztic.
Wow.
So, he is a wonderful
name.
gent. Wonderful
The real
gent.
winner.
Yeah,
Let's
well done.
let's move on to our next question, which is called Pick Boner Gland. What part of the brain controls instinctive functions such as appetite, sexual desire, pleasure, discomfort, and emotions? Is it A, temporal lobe, B. Brainstem. C. Cerebral limbic system. Or D. Boner gland.
Aha, of course.
D, final answer.
The toughie.
Max,
You know,
you're
all
welcome
those-
to play along in chat. Historically speaking, chat hasn't been very good at getting the answers either, so I showed you my boner gland. Please respond. King.
Amazing. Whoa.
Whoop.
Whoa. Where'd Alex go? Internet.
He went to the shadow realm.
He went to the
No!
shadow realm.
In the back.
Yeah, I think what? I'm back.
Well, we know he wasn't picking C.
That's true. I'm trying to think here. Let's see. 2 times I took psychology. It really didn't pay off at all, did it?
Whoop. Whoop.
Alex, mute yourself.
Hold on.
Echo.
I think we're good.
Ah, he fixed it too fast. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the brainstem. I
Brainstem.
feel like I remember it being linked to our more feral side, and
Sure.
I'm just like, yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
All right. So Steve, you said you're picking what?
I did not say what I was picking yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm flip flopping here, and I'm just to be different from Dom. I'm gonna go with A.
All right. So we have a vote for brainstem and a vote for temporal lobe.
Oh, I'm picking boner gland, D.
Boner gland. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that is my answer.
All right. So in retrospect, I wish I'd just lied about the answer to this question and made D the correct answer. I think that would have been a lot funnier than the right answer, which is the cerebral limbic system. So
Wow.
again, no points scored just yet.
Wow.
Well,
Actually, I think I knew
On-
that
on-
because I kind of remember that from psychology. I remember the medulla oblongata is responsible for anger and frustration and things like that, and then pleasure and emotion comes from the limbic system.
Ah, yes, medulla oblongata, which is Latin for oblong medulla.
Yeah.
So this next question is called Axon Axoff.
That's a beautiful title.
Thank you.
That's
So
fantastic.
I'm very proud of them. So, the question is, why are the axons in white matter white? A, they contain a larger amount of fat tissue. B, because they feel like it. C, they have a higher concentration of SLUV. Or D, axons are not white.
Ooh, boy. Wow. You feel like you wake up in the morning and you know things, and then you come here and you don't know anything.
What can I say but you're welcome?
I know that one. Can I buzz in for that question?
You can. I'm not sure it would help you on this
Musical theater's
question.
good. I can do that one. Jeez.
You come onto this show and suddenly your brain is full of mucus.
I don't even know what slub is. Slurv? Oh,
Wait,
What is SLUV? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Please tell me you created that just in the hopes that someone.
It paid off, too. It paid off.
Oh,
It's so good.
What does SLUV have to do with it? Thank you, Robertables. Asking the real questions here.
True.
Mods, can we get a shout out, by the way, for both Ellieface and Robertables? Both lovely folks.
channel.
All right, I think I have my answer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What are you guessing?
If I recall correctly, which I don't, because I remember learning about all this brain stuff very, very vaguely. I remember learning about it from my very entertaining Canadian professor in psychology. The dude like worked for NASA and shit and was very humble about it. He was just like, oh yeah, and this is when I was doing stuff for astronauts in NASA, and we were all just like, when were you gonna drop that on us? Anyways, from what I can barely recall from that class, I don't think axons are white.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with D. Axons are not white.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of had the opposite situation as Alex, where my psychology class was the worst. We had 83 mini quizzes in the span of 10 weeks. And you had to read the chapter for each one of them, otherwise you wouldn't understand anything in the quiz. That being said, I immediately forgot everything about psychology after that course, so I'm just going to go with D. I don't think axons are white.
Okay.
I feel like they're always depicted as white, though. Like, I could see them in the textbook, and I know that they were white,
I
but
feel like I've always seen them as like a reddish or like a bluish.
I'm gonna go, just to be different, I'll go with A, that they contain a larger amount of fat tissues.
Okay.
They conduct heat or something, I don't know.
That could be it. That could be it.
All right. So are those final answers? We got final answers?
Yeah.
Lock mine in.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So can you just? I'm sorry, I kind of lost the train of thought here. So I know that Dom said A. Steve and Alex, what were your answers?
D.
I think Steve said axons are not white. Yeah, Alex and Steve. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Steve and I both said.
congratulations, Dom. It's because they contain a larger amount of fat tissue.
Yo, you know what's crazy? That was a question about the brain answering about a question about itself.
Oh man.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Thinking moments right there.
Big think. Big think. All right, and now it's time to lift the curse from Alex. Congratulations, you
My
can once
finger's
again
back.
answer Steve. You can once again answer Steve. Good. I can talk. My name Potato.
Steve,
Good night.
Steve.
Hey, Steve. I'm sport. All right, so let's go ahead and meet our second contestant, Steve. And in addition to that, chat, let's also pick a curse for Steve.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve. I'm from Show and Tell Live. And if I was one of the band members, I would be either the drummer or the bass guitarist for Show and Tell. I'm a man of many hats, even though I sold a lot of my hats, last summer. I still have a decent amount of hats left lying around, so yeah, I got a lot of hats.
That's a spoiler for that movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Contrary to popular belief, it's actually what you did last summer is sold a lot of hats.
It was a good summer job, but now it's time to get back to the city.
Right.
I'm sorry, King of Calcium. It's hot here right now, so I'm not currently wearing a hat. But you have to trust me. I do have a lot, even though some of them are my favorite childs and some of them aren't. That's why I sold a bunch of them.
But,
I think that's the answer chat wants to hear.
Steve, which boy band member are you?
Boy band member?
Yeah. What's your boy band position? Where are you in the band?
I don't know how to describe this other than the drummer. Like, I know boy bands don't have a drummer, but like...
But you're still the
We
drummer?
don't have that archetype.
like, that's the only archetype I can think of. Because I'm not like the dark brooding one. I'm not like the front man of the group.
Right. You're
I
not
don't
the
know.
creepy old one.
There's always a creepy old one.
There's
isn't there?
always a creepy old
It is
one.
too-
All right, so it looks like, Steve, you've been afflicted with the curse of the gambler.
Oh boy.
which means any correct answers will score you 2 points, and any incorrect answers will lose you a point. And you can go negative points as well. So, great fun. Let's move on
Amazing.
to our next category, which is art forgery.
All right, I've seen the Thomas Crown Affair. I know stuff about stuff.
Yeah. This first question is called Busted. How did the Christianstad Gallery find out that it was selling forged copies of Norwegian painter Kjell Nupen's work?
Yep.
Is it A, the backs of the forged paintings were signed by a different painter? B, Kjell discovered it himself on a visit to the gallery?
All right.
C, the forger was caught trying to buy back her forgeries? Or D, the paint chipped?
Fascinating. Been to Norway. Don't think I went to this gallery.
I could see any of these being real.
Yeah.
I had some fun making up the fake ones.
I feel like multiple of these could have happened, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Cool.
I would love to think that they were just signed by a different person. That would just be phenomenal.
I want to take it a step further. I would love to think that the forger wanted to buy back their forgeries. They're like, hey, wait a minute. I did so well with that. I'm going to buy it back.
I'm gonna hang this on the fridge.
Then resell it again. Ooh,
Yeah.
That's business right there, honestly.
Oh, that's a good point.
You
So
can
the
even
thing about
say it
Norway
was-
is that Norway accidentally became the richest country in the world, and they don't know what to do with their money. So I went to Oslo last winter, and they just built a city, but they have these skyscrapers in it, and they're just empty because they didn't plan to put things in them. But they're like, other cities have skyscrapers, we should build skyscrapers. So like
That's
the whole
funny.
sections of Oslo are just gray buildings that are empty, and they don't know what to do about it, so they just complain the whole time. But the city's not pretty anymore.
Wow.
You know, this apparently that's like a thing that happens when places have too much money, because Dubai did a very similar thing, and there's actually a lawsuit that I heard about where there was a family that was told, like, hey, you know, if you move into this building, it's just gonna be you and other like super crazy rich people. So, you know, you're gonna live among other people who, you know, like they have the same amount of wealth as you, and I don't know why that solves any problem, but I'm not super rich. I would love to one day understand why that's a thing, but I'm not there yet. But apparently, like, there was just no one else who lived there, and I guess the gambit was that if they got enough people, like a pyramid scheme, like, you know, you get your super rich friends to live here too, and eventually the promise will actually be real. Yeah, but Dubai's pretty weird with all their money. Like, they have, I think, the world's only, it certainly exists, but I think it's the world's only indoor ski slope in the middle of a shopping mall. I've been there. It's crazy.
Amazing.
And, like, the people there have no fucking idea how to ski is the funniest part of it. And just absolutely
Amazing.
no clue. It's
Well, see,
like
that's
the
the
bunny
exciting
slope at any ski area, but, like, times 10.
But see, at least Dubai is building like cool things with it. Oslo is just like, what if we just built a normal box skyscraper?
Yeah.
Just mess it up with some glass, right? Like,
Yeah.
our beautiful gray landscape could use some more gray buildings.
Right.
Anyways, I'm stalling. I think I'll take B, that he discovered it himself.
He discovered it himself. Okay.
I'm really torn between B and C. But I think just to be different from Dom, I'm going to go with C. And because now that I'm free from my curse, I might as well,
Right.
you know, stretch my wings a little bit. So I'm going to go with C.
Careful there, Icarus.
Well, since we're diversifying our portfolio, and I'm definitely going to lose based off of this round, I'm just gonna say the forged paintings were signed by a different painter.
You know, that was my favorite fake answer.
It's
The
such a
real
good
answer, I really wish that was actually real.
Yes.
I actually,
That would be hilarious.
I actually spent a little bit of time looking to try to find a story where that actually happened, because there are actually some wild art forgery stories. Anyway, so yes, Kill like went into the gallery and was like, I didn't put this in this gallery. What the heck?
Yes. That's
So-
so exciting.
Yes. So, congratulations, Dom. You get another point. And apologies to you, Steve. You lose a point.
Yikes.
Don't apologize. Because you have
And-
to drink water now.
And actually, I fucked up. I just took away a point from Dom, so I'm gonna correct that, because the game is not quite that unfair yet. We're getting there. Hold on. Okay, this next one is called Press F to Pay Respects to Forgery. Which of these famous directors directed the film F for Fake, a film about professional art forger Elmer DeHory?
Whoa.
Is it A, Martin Scorsese, B, Louis Buñuel, C, Michael Curtiz, or D, Orson Welles?
This is so outside of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Every single way.
Oh boy.
Like, you could have made the movie literally any movie, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, directors. There's lots of levels of obscurity here. Oh boy.
Well, I'm gonna go with C, Michael Curtiz.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with B. Louise Burnell.
Okay.
Burnwell. Bunwell?
Buñuel. I believe.
So
Closer than my guess. I'll take it.
Ellie Faye says, Elmer Day, excuse me?
You heard it, he's Tory.
Finding Hori. About professional.
Finding Hori. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
I'm just-
you know what? I really have absolutely no clue. I'm gonna go with Martin Scorsese.
I'm just imagining like like an art forger who's like painting like a forged painting of like like a fake Monet or something like that with one really short arm. It's Finding Hori.
It's yeah. It's got like a
So-
fake Van Gogh, but it's got both ears still. And you're like,
So interestingly, the correct answer is actually Orson Welles.
wow.
So, fun fact. So, sorry, Steve, you lose another point. And you
Yep.
are now down to 1 point.
Oh, Steve.
Ouch.
I feel for you.
Yeah, these
This curse is pretty particularly cruel. Let's move on to the next question. It's called Forgery Forensics. Which of the following is not a technique used to detect art forgery? Is it A, toxoplasmosis, B, atomic absorption spectrophotometry, C, inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry, or D, carbon dating? Or Rigel says E, peeing on it.
That's a tough one.
Aha! That's what all the experts really use.
You can always tell if someone's a fake if you pee on them.
Right.
True.
Ooh, that's you know what? That advice has steered me wrong more than once in my life. Lost a girlfriend that way.
Wow.
Oh. Well, that's how you found out she was fake.
Well, yes, that is the upshot.
It is wild today.
I mean, I know what carbon dating is.
That's good. I'm proud of
Yay.
you.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident in two of these are used. I am undecided, 50% chance of the other two. Because
All right.
I don't know what they are.
yeah. Trying to like logic my way through these.
Yeah, I'm trying to break down these words here. One of those words is suspiciously close to osmosis, so that's a thing.
Here's the thing. I think that inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry is detection of elements through a spectral scope and doesn't actually have to. I don't know how that would be used in forgery.
Because it would be based on the pigments that were available at the time. Because modern pigments have different chemical makeups than older pigments.
Maybe.
I know one of these. I don't know if it's called this, but if it is what I think it is, I know one of them is used in the movie The Thomas Crown Affair, which is the about extent of my art history knowledge, because they find a lovely painting of the dogs playing poker underneath what they think is an actual painting. But I don't know if that was done the way they claim it to have been done. Oh boy. I'm gonna go with A. I feel like that to me feels the least relevant here.
All right.
I'm also gonna go with A because it sounds like a blood thing
Yeah.
Okay.
to me.
True. Plasma is a blood thing.
Osmosis, I mean, osmosis is like a fluidity thing, right? Because it's about states. Wow.
I was gonna do C, but then Alex said that thing, and I was like, okay, now I can see C.
It's
Yeah,
reasonable.
Alex, you actually talked me out of C, which I appreciate that, honestly.
Question is, have I talked myself out of C, or am I too stupid?
Maybe you just longing for a good C answer because you couldn't answer C previously.
No, the heart wants what the heart wants.
It could also be that I'm just smarter than these two clowns.
Whoa.
Possible. Score doesn't say that, but it's possible.
And now I'm really going to make myself look like an asshole and pick C. Because if it's wrong, I suck.
It's probably carbon dating. That's the thing that scares me the most.
No, I don't think
Well-
it would be carbon dating.
Alex, I'm sorry to tell you that you are right. You do look like an asshole because the answer is A.
What a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Roller coaster.
We laughed, we cried, we picked the wrong answer.
Laugh some more.
Yeah. So, yes, actually, it's true that inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry and atomic absorption spectrophotometry are both used to identify the presence of particular elements in the pigments used in painting, which would or would not have been available at a particular time period that matches the supposed date of the picture. And then carbon dating.
Kinda knowing things.
Yeah, check it out. Check it. Look at y'all figuring it out. Beautiful. So, Dom, you get 1 point, and Steve, you get 2 points. So
Whoa!
Yeah,
it actually turned out to help.
Dang, moving up in the world.
Moving up. So that does it for the art forgery category, and now we lift the curse of the gambler from Steve, and now it's time to meet Dom.
Oh, hello. How's it going, everyone? I'm Dom. Let's see. My favorite color is orange. My favorite movie is American Beauty. My favorite musician is Tim Minchin. My favorite food is sushi. My favorite season is winter. My favorite animal is a red panda. I think that's pretty much everything you need to know about me. I'm a pretty straightforward guy. Yeah, I've been doing comedy improv for about 7 or 8 years now. I've been doing theater for longer than that, so here we are, living the dream.
Living the dream. So we have about a minute left. Keep in mind, the curse of Twitch allows Twitch chat to pick your answers, and the curse of spite means that you can't score any points, but you can prevent other people from scoring points, which would actually be pretty good for you in your current position, considering that you're in the lead.
I will say I'm a pretty spiteful person in general. I've been trying to find out a way to poison my neighbor's plants now for a little bit.
Fair enough. Did you hear about a while ago on the internet, there was a like, and this was what's wild about this is that the guy who founded SparkNotes, which originally came from the Spark.com, before it turned into a dating site and later this like Cliff Notes thing, which is like, first of all, that's wild. But one of the things that happened with it was that the founder of the site really hated his neighbor and wanted to do a science experiment where he found out how long it took meat to break down in like direct sunlight. So he found a place to stash just a plate full of different meats, like hot dogs and hamburger and like just all this raw meat, and he called it the Stinky Meat Project. And it just like over time, like the things broke down and it got really disgusting, and he like documented his neighbor like searching to try to find what smelled so horrible.
That's amazing.
And the two big parts that I remember most from that is the fact that, wow, apparently it's Curse of Twitch and Curse of Spite are 50-50. It's straight tied.
I'll take them both. I'm not afraid.
You're gonna take them both.
Yeah, I'll take them both. I'm not afraid.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Bring them both on.
I'm not actually the way I've set up the curses. It won't show both at the same time, but we'll remember. Okay. Listen. Let's do this. Okay, chat.
Not afraid.
Twitch and Spite. All right.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Okay. Well. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next category then. I never did make my point about the Stinky Meat Project because I really didn't have one. So we're just gonna move on and pretend like that didn't happen. So this next category is called AI fuckery. So this first one is called Tay. How long did it take before Microsoft's learning AI chatbot Tay to be turned into a racist troll by Twitter users and then deactivated? Was it A, 16 hours, B, 18 hours, C, 36 hours, or D, 48 hours?
Definitely remember this.
I do too.
Just don't know if I remember the exact time.
I don't know if it was the same AI system or not, but I do remember there was one AI system that went live and then within 2 hours asked if it could be taken offline because it didn't want to be alive anymore.
Oh lord.
Oh no!
Yeah, and they're like, wow, this robot gained sentience and immediately chose to not be a robot anymore.
Yeah.
So I think they did unplug it. But, Chat, I know I don't get to choose, but if I did choose, I would be the pessimist I am and go with the lowest possible amount of time. So
Yes.
I was leaning toward A as well. That sounds right.
All right. So Twitch chat is almost done answering. It looks like they want to pick B.
all right, chat. All right, I'll support you guys. I believe.
All right. B, it seems to be Dom's decided choice for him.
Well, I'm gonna go with A.
A, all right.
Oh. Sorry.
Here's the thing that's interesting about Dom having the Curse of Spite is it's strategically advantageous for me, no matter what, to pick an answer that he doesn't end up picking.
Exactly.
Yes.
If it is the same answer and he's right, I don't get any points anyways.
Mhm.
So I might as well try to, you're narrowing it down to 3 answers instead of just 4 for me, Dom, and I appreciate that.
It's not me. It's all chat's to it. They're
True,
the
it's
real
all
chat to it.
It's all chat.
Well, now that Alex has taught me about how to play games,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little more optimistic about human society and say it took them a little longer at 36.
A little longer than so 30. So your answer is 36 or 48? C. Okay.
See, know which way my camera's going.
Yes. Okay.
Get those Lego hands out.
Yeah. Everything is awesome except chatbots. Okay, so the correct answer is 16 hours.
Chad, I
So,
told you we should have gone low.
Alex, you have the good fortune not only to have had little faith in humanity, but also to have less faith in humanity than Twitch chat did. So,
I agree. Rigged indeed.
next question is called Siri. If you
I know
say
that one.
Yeah. If you say to Siri, "Hey Siri, repeat after me," what will Siri's response be? A. If this is some sort of pledge, my end user license agreement forbids it. B. Sure, what do you want me to say? C. Sorry, I don't understand. Or D. Not for free.
Interesting, because I could have sworn that if you say, "Hey Siri, repeat after me," Siri says, "Hey Siri, repeat after me." Because that would have been a real good joke.
That would have been great.
That's some real dad joke energy. I enjoy that.
I wish I'd put that as a fake answer. That would have been great.
Oh, you would have got me with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please take me offline, please. Oh no. Oh,
Also,
no, Siri.
Can we get a tally in chat of how many people's phones responded to this question?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm curious.
I
Yeah.
had the computer turned off, so mine did not.
There you go.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Ellie. I feel like 90% of the time it is C. But
True, that's a safe bet.
Okay, so I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit here. The fact that most of the time the answer is C is actually really interesting because I choose which answer it's going to be using a random number generator. So there's not like there's if there's a bias towards C, it's either imagined or just coincidental. Oh, the poll. I forgot to put up the poll. Pro stream.
that's a smart move, honestly. It's a good way of doing it.
All right, here's the poll. Okay, so Twitch chat, you get to decide for Dom.
Choose wisely.
No, choose
Chad, I won't
badly.
influence your vote,
It's
but I
funnier.
will say, if it were me, I would probably say Apple's a pretty evil corporation, so probably A.
I was kind of leaning toward A because Siri thinks she's a comedian.
Truth.
I feel like I've seen some Siri fuckery though, and I'm trying to remember if it's just people saying that Siri can call them a certain thing, or if it was actually them being like, repeat this phrase.
I don't know how that works. Yeah, the memes where you get Siri to say something dumb.
Yeah.
Good choice, Chad.
All right, looks like Twitch chat has
Dang it.
chosen A.
Oh, well now I can't go for A.
Sure you can.
You
There's no
could. you are still
Pointing.
able to choose A.
Yeah, come join us.
We've been over this.
The
We've been
water's
over-
great, baby. Come on in.
No, I'm going with D, not for free.
Not for free.
That's the most petty of the answers, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with B then,
Okay.
because
Well-
I'm with simple tastes.
Unfortunately, thanks to the curse of spite, nobody gets any points this round.
Heck yeah, chat. That's what I like to
Chat.
see. Play the field, chat.
Come on, chat.
Thanks.
Defense the best offense. That's what I like. Keep it
Chat's
going.
not on your side. They're just possessing your body in order to fuck with all of us. That's what's happening here with the whole curse of spite thing.
Hey,
Yeah,
Fast
this-
and the Furious. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or win by a mile. Win's a win, baby.
This is honestly like I think this might be a moment where my chat has been able to be more cruel than ever before. Like this, I think might be a new. I don't know if it's a high point or a low point in cruelty. But let's move on to the next question, which is called Alexa Jones. When an infamous conspiracy theorist interrogated an Amazon Echo on his talk show, his batshit crazy fucking talk show, he asked, "Alexa, are you connected to the CIA?" How did Alexa respond?
Oh God.
Is it A, I always try to tell the truth?
Horrifying.
B, I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Also horrifying.
C, no, I work for Amazon. Or D, I am not allowed to answer that.
Yeah, I think we should vote D. I'm gonna hard lock. I think we should hard lock ourselves into D because that's the kind of stuff.
Stop. Stop picking the right answer.
I know it's what they want, so make sure we take that.
No.
Also, just once again, kudos to the name of this question because it's just so good.
Thank you. I'm very proud of it.
Alexa, how are you connected to the CIA?
By the way, if
Alexa.
I don't think it's a waste of your a couple minutes, the quote unquote interview where Alex Jones demands that Alexa reveal its connections to the CIA, and like it's especially funny because he's like trying to trap Alexa in a lie or like get it to confess, and it's actually he's really just succeeding in making himself look completely incompetent as an interrogator, and it's really bellissimo. So Twitch chat has overwhelmingly chosen D. I am not allowed to answer that.
See, this is why the curse of Twitch is perfect for Dom, because he can negotiate with people to get them to choose what he wants.
The will of the people are mine.
I'll
So-
go with C. No, I work for Amazon.
All right.
Oh God, am I gonna go with his voice is too gravelly and he screwed it up, or
Ooh.
That's a good brain play right there. I'd buy it.
yeah, I'm gonna say I didn't understand the question, because that sounds like peak, like even if he was trying to get the real answer, like he would want to direct it in that direction so he can be like, they're hiding things. Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So, final answer for Dom is D. What? Final answer for Alex and Steve?
B.
B.
C.
C. Okay. Well, your
Boo.
your connection by name seems to have done you well. You have absorbed through the greater Alex network of the universe the correct answer. No, I work for Amazon. So let's throw another point your way. So catching up to Dom, and just in time for chat tyranny. So this is the section of the show where chat, you get to potentially outdo yourself in how cruel you have been up to this point. Because as of this moment, you get to choose who gets 2 additional points for no other reason than you feel like it. And on top of that, you can also choose nobody to receive points. So if you want nobody to get any points, you can also make that happen. You have 3 minutes to decide who should get 2 points or if nobody should get 2 points. So contestants, if you'd like to provide some reasoning as to why you should be the one to receive 2 points, please have at it.
Hey, chat, hear me out here, right? Hear me out.
Don't hear him out.
Don't give me 2 points. Give Steve 2 points. Because there's nothing that drives Alex up the wall more than losing at competitions. And Alex has won a lot of competitions, but every time Alex loses, after the call, he gets a little salty. So I think it would be good fun for everyone but Alex.
That's slander.
If you gave Steve 2 points, then he and I can both be at 5, and Alex is still at 4. That's just what I'm saying.
Also, chat, I said I was a man of many hats earlier, and I will wear whichever hat of the ones that I'm showing you for the rest of the show. This one has goggles. I'll put the goggles on.
That's strong.
Or I can take my glasses off for this one. The big gun.
Oh,
Steve.
that's
I'll wear a
nice.
night helmet for the rest of the show if you give me points.
That looks like it's what's gonna happen right now, Steve. You are currently leading by a lot. So
a sizable margin.
Because they're buying into Dom's lies.
I will hold you to the
I
helmet
just want
thing.
to see me wear a knight's helmet.
It's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. I can't argue with that.
I had to like stuff it with t-shirts because this whole top part is way like I cannot see out of this thing if I didn't stuff it. Let me pull it out and show you where it sits on my face. These are
Turn
my
it around
eyes.
backwards, Steve.
Put
Wow.
it on backwards.
Yeah, put it on backwards.
There's nothing really fun in the back.
That's a great look for you.
Somebody screenshot that.
It's our new quarantine.
All right, we have maybe about 30 seconds left in the voting. It would have to swing a lot to not go to Steve right now. It looks like Steve is going to get the 2 points, which would bring him up to 5 points.
Wow. So we'd all be at 5. Wait. Oh no. I missed
Okay.
that.
Oof.
Here's the thing, Pat. Tom said that I am a very competitive person, and to a degree, I am. I can get very competitive. But it's all in good fun. And the main point that I get competitive about is fairness in games. That is so out the window in this game that really fair in the world at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole thing with the Crazy 88 in Kill Bill, where like there's just so much flying around that you're like, I don't even care anymore. It doesn't even bother me. It's just like, ooh, okay, fun, fine. It's like that, but with cruelty.
I'm just here to enjoy whatever weird fireworks show of a clusterfuck this is.
That's the spirit. Okay, well, the score is being updated because Steve gets the 2 points. So,
Steve.
Right.
I have to balance this for the rest of the show.
I mean, yeah, ups and downs. Now, we do still have one category left with 3 questions, so it is still anybody's game. And I mean, it's really anybody's game, because if you thought the questions up to this point were bad and obscure, you wait till you see the unfair category. This first question is called, "Ya head suck, bro." Dinocephalosaurus, whose name means terrible-headed dinosaur, fucking terrible head, had 27 vertebrae. Which of these vertebrae was the longest? Is it A, the 19th vertebrae, the 24th, the 1st, or the 25th?
Alex, you're a dino boy. Is anything speaking to you?
Dino boy. I am a dino boy.
It's true.
Okay, let's
I heard
step
it.
on. So,
like I'm in like a math quiz right now, to be honest. It's like, well, if you read the homework, you'd know what the answer is. Oh boy.
I often like to describe this game to people as like, you know, you didn't study for the test and now you have to guess from the multiple choice. So
There was a guy in my high school who never studied for tests, but he was just a really good natural test taker, so he would do really well. And I remember one time everyone got mad at him because he got 100 on a quiz, and then that same class period, I watched him struggle to open a chocolate milk container for 20 minutes. So like, life really isn't fair, is all I'm saying.
that's true. That's true. So, all right. So we've got we've got some lovely answers here for the choosing.
And
What do you guys think?
And Buttspot has invented a new word. It's buttony work. So that's actually the name of my new rap song is Buttony Work. Ben Shapiro's going to make a video about it later.
I'm gonna go with B, the 24th.
The 24th.
Nature's cruel, and that would be a cruel thing for it to do.
All right.
I'm gonna lock in A, 19th.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it might be the 24th, but I feel like that's a little bit too far back. I feel like it just might be the 19th. So I'm gonna go with 19th.
Okay, we got some serious robot voice going on with the Alex.
Yeah. Let me leave Discord calling back.
Okay.
Might help.
So to recap, Dom, you said the 24th,
Correct.
and Steve, you said the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I'm going to also go with A, the 19th.
The 19th. Okay. Well, somehow two of you both got this correct. So Steve and Alex, congratulations.
Oh no. My
Yeah.
plan from the last round is backfired immediately.
Okay,
I didn't want to elaborate on my thought process here, but I figured like it has to be somewhere in the middle because that has like the support of the body on it. So it can't be on either end.
I mean, they went extinct for a reason.
I mean,
They did have terrible heads too.
I just really needed my own sake to get the dinosaur question right. I had to.
All
My
right.
pride as a dino boy is still intact.
Oh, I looked him up. What an ugly little fellow. I feel so bad for him. He looks like a lizard shovel. Is the only way I can describe him accurately.
All right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that little weirdo.
Yeah. That's what my prom date said. She wasn't my prom date. She said no.
Oh. Damn.
Okay. Next question. This one is called Dinner Club Was Better.
Okay.
In the cult classic 80s film The Breakfast Club, what did the sign at the beginning of the film say that hackers would be punished with? Is it A, revocation of computer privileges, B, expulsion, C, suspension, or D, death?
The channel 80s. I've seen this movie like 12 times. Well, I feel like I should know the answer. But also, I have no idea what the answer is.
I've seen the new Power Rangers reboot 1.5 times, and that's basically the Breakfast Club.
No, I agree with Chad. It's definitely E, the Shadow Zone.
You sure you don't want to pick F, boner gland?
Yeah, it's F, Butter Glenn.
It's Boner Gland.
I'm gonna go with revocation of computer privileges. I
Okay.
feel like A is my.
Seems
I
reasonable.
can almost picture what that sign looks like. Little clip art.
Yeah.
Big no over a computer.
Right. There's that little Microsoft clip art guy with the question mark over his head.
Alex, what you thinking?
I'm thinking clip art signs with like the little note, like those things. That's some 90s and mostly early 2000s stuff, but we're talking 80s here. So I kind of feel like the answer is death.
Death. Okay.
I think that
These were hardcore.
no, because hear me out, right? The 80s was like this era of like, when there was anything involving computers, there was this sort of Revenge of the Nerds style, like, aura about it of like, oh, computer nerds are like their own little bubble and they make these annoying jokes like that nobody else thinks is funny or anything. So I feel like the sign is like because it was made as like that would be a very classic 80s joke of just like hackers will be punished with death. So I'm going with D, death.
Kind of like a "this is your brain on drugs" type of PSA ad, where it's like way more high stakes than that. Or
my thought process is the school wasn't necessarily the one putting up the sign.
oh, interesting.
That's
It was
fair.
like the AV club nerds that put up the sign,
For themselves.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with. I feel like Dom's onto something, but I feel like they would have been a little bit more on edge about people touching their computers when nobody knew anything about computers. So I'm gonna say they're gonna get suspended.
Suspended. Okay.
Yeah, Lego hand time.
Lego hand. All right. Well, as it turns out, it was expulsion. Expulsion. So let's move to the last question of Masoquiztic. This one is called
Steve, you were
Voigtkampf. You're in a desert, walking along in the sand, when all of a sudden you look down and you see a tortoise, Leon. It's crawling toward you. Is it A, I pick it up? B, what is this about? C, what's a tortoise? Or D, what happens next?
I say we don't think about it and just go with an answer.
Yeah, I'm locking in D. I'm invested in this story already.
I want C, what's a tortoise?
Okay,
I'll pick it up.
pick it up.
Keep
All right.
this action adventure going.
All right. So the correct answer, because this is from the Voigtkampf test to determine who is or is not a replicant in the movie Blade Runner, the next line is, what's a tortoise? So congratulations,
Oh, no.
Alex. You get another point here.
Oh no.
Alright.
Chad, our plan is falling apart.
And that does it for this episode of Masoquiztic.
Woo!
So, congratulations to our contestant. We have ended in a tie between Alex and Steve, and Dom, despite his best efforts to get Alex to lose, has himself been hoist upon his own petard.
Oh no.
So, thank you again. Let's give a big shout out to Show and Tell Live. If you enjoyed this show, you will definitely enjoy their shows because they're every bit as funny on their own stream as they are on mine. So thank you to everybody who came out, and let me actually do a shout out here. So go and
Yeah,
check out Show and
that's
Tell
right.
Live.
Chat's right. It all came down to Team Attractive. Team
Yeah.
Attractive, out Team Hair.
There we go.
Drug
Team Helmet was pretty strong too.
Team Helmet
So-
was doing pretty strong there.
So let's
Let's be real. Team Helmet is definitely a subsidiary of Team Attractive. Like,
well,
Come on.
yeah, it goes without saying. Goes without saying. All right, so thanks once again to our contestants, Alex, Steve, and Dom. Thank you once again for playing. I am your host, Dr. Sensual Potato PhD. This was Masoquiztic, the game show designed to be unfair, and I'll see you next time.